Now that is what I'm talking about. If you're going to catch a dab, catch a dab. Look at him. He's got something growing on his back. He's got a spot or something. Look at that, Cole. Can you see that?
Oh God, yeah.
He's got sand on him. Yeah. He's got sand on him. Look at that though. If you're going to catch a dab, catch a dab. Nice. Well, I've already got dab on my species hunt, but he has come in at 29 centimetres. So I will definitely be writing. Yeah, I'll definitely be writing his size down on my sheet. Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, March the 4th, and obviously we are off fishing. I say we're kind of going local today. We are going to Pakefield, so it's not too far, about 20 minutes up the road. We fished Pakefield a couple of times now, and we always fished right in front of that CFAS building. But we are going a little bit further up. We are going, there's a pub, I believe it's called the Jolly Sailors, and we're literally going to be fishing right in front of the Jolly Sailors pub. We've had a couple of people recommend that spot to us. Even when we've been fishing right in front of the CFAS building, people have been talking to us and they're like, oh, you should always go a little bit further up, go in front of the pub. So that is what we are going to do. There's only 3 of us today. There's me, G and Kyle. Hopefully it's going to be a good day. And hopefully I can get some more fish ticked off my species hunt. We're now in March and I've only caught 3 species of fish so far since the 1st of January. I've caught dab, whiting and a rockling. That's all I've caught. The only 3 species. Like I say, G, Paul and all that, they've had rays out, they've had dogfish out, oh, you name it, they've had it out. I've only had the 3 species. As usual, cup of tea before I leave. Right, it is currently 5 to 7 in the morning. I've just come off a night shift, but I'm quite awake, I'm quite with it today, which makes a change. So yeah, about to go and meet G, back to meet Kyle. As usual, go to Greg's, get some breakfast, and then we will see you when we are down on Pakefield Beach by the Jolly Sailors pub. It's quite handy that, isn't it? We're fishing near a pub because we do like a little pint after fishing. let's just hope it's not a £6 a pint pub. Nah, we're gonna get some fishing done and then come back and we probably will have a chill day. Maybe. Right, I'll see you on Pakefield Beach. Right, so we have just arrived. The Jolly Sailor pub is just literally up there on the corner. There's a big car park here, which I believe is a paying display. I didn't really read the signs, but we got free parking on the road there anyway. Yeah, I'm guessing we go across that car park, down there, straight down to the beach. That sun is out, man. I should have bought my cap today. My face is going to be red as anything. I should have bought a cap. Right, let's get unloaded. Well, here we are on the beach. Lovely little stretch of beach this is. Very sandy bottom. I think we do well for some flatfish today. Hoping to get a ray out today. So that building right up there in front of me there, that is the CFAS building. That is where we normally park. The other side of that building, and we fish about 300-400 yards up that way. But before we give this a try, that is the Jolly Sailor pub in front of me. So we are literally right in front of the pub. We've got a guy fishing to the left of us, or to the right of us down there. And we've got another guy, the other side of those groins, fishing up there. Sun is out. I definitely should have bought my cap with me today. I'm going to get red up, I'll tell you. Red. Right, let's start getting set up. It's 20 past 8 and we're all ready for our first cast. High tide is 9 o'clock. So we've got 40 minutes of this water coming in, sort of half hour or whatever it ebbing, and then start going out. Right hand side, we have a 3 hook flapper. We have squid on the top. We've got some salted mackerel in the middle, and we've got some squid on the bottom. I've got a bottom one there right below that weight, because if that's the sandy bottom out there, hopefully that'll pick up a few dabs. Left hand side, 2 hook flapper. We've got salted mackerel on there, and we've got squid on the bottom one. Voila. Right, let's get these in the water. That's it, we are out there. Definitely a sandy bottom. As soon as that weight hit the ground, I reeled it in a couple of turns and that was it. It was pulling. So that's definitely digging in sand out there. So yeah, by doing that free hook flapper, having that bottom hook right on the bottom, like I say, hopefully get a nice dab off that. Hopefully, hoping to get a nice ray. That would be good. There's been a few rays caught off this beach recently, and a ray would be good for my species hunt. Definitely be good for the species hunt. The water is so calm. It's literally like a summer's day down here. I know, like, you're not going to believe me, but I could be standing here in a pair of shorts. If I was standing here in a pair of shorts, I would not be cold. It is that nice down there. Left hand side, what's going on there? That's got to be seaweed. That can't be a bite already. I literally cast it out and then picked this rod up, picked the camera up, speak to you guys. And the left hand side is just... But saying that, there's no weed on the beach at all. Normally if it's like weedy out there, you get a little bit of the weed washing up. But there's zero weed on this beach. So I don't think it's going to be weedy out there. And there's no way like the lead lost the bottom and rolled, because there's no big waves out there. It's not crashing. It's not enough to move the lead around. So that may have been someone having a little play with it. But probably crabs, if anything. If there's a sandy bottom, that's the thing. Crabs, oh look, it just went again. See, crabs do like a sandy bottom. Well, G has just had the same. He said one of his rods knocking, really, and he was showing it because he's doing a video today as well, and he said he showed the rod on the camera, like knocking, reeled it in, no fish, but I think he had frozen blacks on the bottom, and the frozen black had literally been tugged right off the hook. So yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if we got 1 or 2 crabs out there today, but we'll soon find out. Like I say, I'm going to give it another 5 minutes. I reeled it in, I'm going to check my bait, and we'll be able to see by the bait. We'll see if it's all been ripped apart and pulled apart. We'll see if there's crabs out there. It's looking good though for a fish. It is looking like, don't want to talk it up, but yeah, I don't know, it is looking good. It looks like we might get something out today, that's for sure. There we go, first fish on the first cast. So at least this ain't a blanket video. I always say it, if you can call it a fish. Little dab, tiny little dab, look. Nothing of him, and he's gone for the mackerel. Right, we'll get him off and we will get him back in. Well, like I said, at least it's not going to be a blanking video. At least I've managed to get a fish out. And it was on the first cast as well, which is always a plus. Nothing better than catching the fish on that first cast. Shame it was a tiny little dab, but still, a fish is a fish. When I was fishing last, when was we fishing? Monday, Tuesday? I think I was with Kyle and G, and Ash was there, and Tubbs was there, and Jordan was, oh mate, I didn't catch a fish all day. And to have had that little dab out then, that would have done me, just to save the blank. I think I said to the camera earlier that high tide is 9 o'clock and it's going out. I think that's what I said. Low tide is at 9, which is now. It's literally, well, 8:45. So this is low tide now, and then we're going to be fishing the tide coming in. I can't remember if I said we was fishing the high tide or the low tide. That's what happens. You see, when you do 12-hour night shifts, then come straight fishing, that's what happens. You're a bit, still a bit half asleep. So now, low water, and how calm that sea is as well, I think this is our best time if we're going to start getting rays out. This sort of low water, as it starts to turn and starts to pull in, that's normally your best time for rays. So, fingers crossed, if we are going to get a ray out today, it is within the next hour or so. Well, while I'm waiting for these rays to come in, I might as well have myself a nice cup of tea. Be a bit rude not to, wouldn't it? I can't believe how warm it is today. I literally cannot believe I could be standing here in a pair of shorts and I would not be cold. That sun is absolutely blazing down, not a cloud in the sky. Like I said earlier, my face is going to be bright red by the end of the day, I'll tell you. Well, when I reeled both them in, the squid had all been stripped, no squid on any of the hooks. The only thing left on the hooks was the mackerel I put on there. I'd have thought if there was crabs, they would have gone for the mackerel as well as the squid. I don't think they really favour too much one or the other. They would literally, if there's bait out there, the crabs will just eat it regardless. So, Yeah, I'm not sure if it's crabs having a play or if there's small dabs out there that are literally sucking that bait off the hook. But like I say, we're back out there again, we've got fresh bait on, so when I reel these in after my cup of tea, we'll have another check and we'll see what the bait situation's saying. I told you it was a warm day. Carl thinks he's on holiday. Should have bought a deck chair, Kyle.
I should have. I need to invest in a deck chair.
Yeah, like a lounger. You know, like when the boys go carp fishing and they have those actual bed ones that lay down on a day. Yeah, I'd reckon you'd doze off though if you was lying down on one of them.
I might steal the girlfriend.
Yeah. Oh, that's the thing. See, I used to bring a chair fishing, but you know what? Sitting down and getting up and sitting down and I find it easier to stay on my feet all day and just keep walking around. Once you sit down, you sort of get rested, and then it's like it's a pain getting up. I think that might just be another sign of me starting to get old. Like I say, 2 years off of 50, and getting up and down in and out of chair all day, it does me in. I think that's a sign of getting old. Right, it's just gone. Where are we? It's 9:10. So we are low water right now. Right, I'm going to reel these in and I'm going to check the bait, see if it's still got bait on there, see if it's been stripped. Let's see what's happening. Well, on the left one, the 2-hook flapper, on the bottom, squid is still on there. I'd have thought if crabs are out there, that'd be the first bit to go, what is on the bottom. I did have a bit of mackerel on there, but again, there was no bait elastic or nothing, just mackerel. So that could have just been washed off in the tide. I've still got squid on the bottom down there. I've still got mackerel on the middle one there, and there's nothing on the top. But I'd have thought if there was loads of crabs out there, it would all be coming back stripped, torn, ripped, bits hanging off. So I don't know. Right, let's get some fresh bait on there and let's get this back out. Just coming up to 9:30, so we've been fishing what, an hour? It's very slow. I'm the only person that's had that little dab out. Carl's had nothing out as yet, G's had nothing out. I really wish I brought my cap down with me today though. It's really hard, like looking around. I think in the summer you're more kind of used to it because it's summer, do you know what I mean? Like you've had a few, but because this is the first day I've been out where the sun is literally out blazing, it's just like, oh man, it's hard looking around. You sort of look towards the sea and you look back and you've got all like spots and dots and all that in front of your eyes, do you know what I mean? But then compare it to when we was fishing last week. We had a bit of wind, it was cold, miserable, do you know what I mean? And then you come out on a gorgeous day like today. I'll tell you, I think it'd be quite nice on the pier today. Galston Pier, I think it would have been quite a nice day. But like I say, it's nice here. Nice easy access. Like I say, we only parked, well, where those cottages are, just beyond that grass verge. We literally parked there. And that was all we done, walked straight down the steps and straight on the beach. So nice easy access to get down there, not a far walk. Just hopefully manage to get some fish out. Well, right out there at sea, right on the horizon, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. G was just filming it on his, but I don't think G's got zoom on his camera. They're bringing in the new bit of the bridge. That new bridge they're building in Lowestoft, that is part of it. I want to see if I can put my phone in front of the camera and see if I can zoom in on my phone and if the camera picks it up. If the video just cuts here now, then it obviously hasn't worked. But if you do get to see it, then it will work. Let's have a look. Right, let's put the camera down on the bait box. Like so. Get the phone out of my pocket. Like so. I don't think that is going to pick up anything, is it? Where is it? Right out there. I doubt that is doing anything. But that is the new bridge coming in. All you probably saw there was a big blur on the screen. I don't know whether that's worked or not. I'm not exactly a master at photography and camera work. It might have come out, it might not. I'll find out when I get back and have a look.
I thought that was a...
Jesus pulled out a wine. Yeah, they fucking put up a fight sometimes, don't they?
You know what? I thought that was a ray or something. That was a big bite.
Yeah, they put up a fight sometimes. What was that, on squid?
That was yeah, a bit of squid. I've only just cast that out far. I just went that far with it. No, that was
well, I haven't blanked. G, have you blanked?
No.
Carl, have you? Oh, sorry, Cole. See that look you give me? Plenty of
Probably one of the next victims.
yeah, there's plenty of time left yet. It's probably what, coming up to 10 o'clock? 10 to 10. So we've been fishing an hour and a half. Plenty of time yet. But when G struck it and he's reeled it in, he thought something half decent on there. He goes, bloody hell, that was really sort of, we could really feel it. But yeah, as he got in nearer, turned out to be a whiting. But there you go, at least he hasn't blanked. Well, G has just pulled out another whiting. Didn't look a bad size. I don't think it was nothing big, but it weren't a bad size. I think it was keeper size. Cole's had nothing out as yet, but he's saying he's got 2 pulley pennels on. He's fishing with a pulley pennel on each rig, and he's got whole baits on there, whole squids. Well, obviously with the flapper rigs, you sort of scratching around more for the smaller fish. So he's just took one of those pulley pennels off, and he has put a 2-hook flapper on. So we'll see if we can get something out now. He's got a flapper rig on there. G's just thrown that whiting back in. Good job it's not competition day, otherwise G would be 2-1 up. And look at that, as soon as Kyle puts a 2-hook flapper rig on, he pulls a whiting out. I wish I didn't give him a bloody 2-hook flapper rig now. I wish I was left him with his pulley pennels. Yeah, Kyle was just saying, as soon as you put a 2-hook flapper on,
yeah, don't just rely on the pulley pennels, they are good.
Yeah, look at that, but it saves the blank, doesn't it? I know whole baits on a pulley pennel, good, because if you get a big fish, you get a big fish. But sometimes just to save a blank, it's worth putting those little flapper rigs on just to get some little whiting or little dabs out. So he's happy now, he's smiling. I think G's knocking again. Right, come on, let's get these in, let's get some fresh bait out there. Come on, what's going on? Now that is what I'm talking about. If you're going to catch a dab, catch a dab. Look at him. He's got something growing on his back. He's got a spot or something. Look at that, Cole. Can you see that?
Oh God, yeah.
He's got something on him. Yeah. He's got something on him. Look at that though. If you're going to catch a dab, catch a dab. Nice. Right, let's get him off and we're getting back in. Oh yeah. Well, I've already got dab on my species hunt, but he has come in at 29 centimetres. So I will definitely be writing. Yeah, I'll definitely be writing his size down on my sheet. Because so far this year, that is the biggest dab I've had out. 29 centimetre. Yeah, he's definitely got something on his back there. Right, let's get him back in. Wait for this tide. Oh, wait for this wave. We'll get him the side of that one. And that is that. As quick as that, he has gone. Wait, now that is a dab worth catching. 29 centimetre. Wicked. Well, what do you do when you catch a 29 centimetre dab? You make yourself a nice cup of tea. He weren't bad. Considering keeper sizes, dab's keeper size is 20 centimetres. And you can keep them. And the fact he come in at 29, he weren't a bad size. He was a bit misbodied though. He had that spot on his back, and where them the fins are on the side, one of them looked like it had a bit of a chunk taken out of it. I think he's been got himself into a little ruck out there. Anyway, I'm now going to enjoy this cup of tea and hopefully get some more of those dabs out. I don't mind catching them when they're that size. When you get those little tiny ones all the time, but yeah, you get a decent one like that, not so bad. And he took squid. Hey, and there we go, fish number 2 for Kyle. What was that on the flapper rig again, Kyle? Yeah, look, on the flapper rig, scratching around for anything that comes along, and he's got himself a
whiting.
Yeah, we got a whiting.
Got this 4-6 or something.
Yeah, better than blanking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here we go, another dab out. That's more like it. Back to the normal size dabs that normally come out. You think how tiny he is compared to that 29 centimetre one. Right, he's in distress. We're getting him off and we're getting back in. Just reeled the other rod in and we have got ourselves another dab. A little bit bigger than the last one we pulled out, but still not as big as that one. Got to be careful one hooking him now. Look, that hook is right near his eye. So I'll be careful getting that out and getting him back in. But that's alright though, another little dab. Well, it is now 22:11, so we've been fishing for 2 hours. The fishing has definitely picked up since that tide is coming in. You got to think low water was 9, So around 9:30 that started coming in. So yeah, literally that last hour, that's when the tide's been coming up, and I've had that decent sized dab out, 2 other smaller dabs. G's had 2 whiting out, Cole's had the 2 whiting out. So yeah, we're definitely doing better on the flood here, that's for sure. Definitely doing better now that tide's coming in. So I'm happy. Like I say, if it was just little dabs, little whiting all day, but 29 centimetre dab, yeah, I'm quite chuffed for that. He's a nice dab. He was nice to get out. I was just saying to the boys, everything we have catching today so far is on fish baits. All I've got here is some of that mackerel I cut up the other day, and if I can get this open, the mackerel I cut up and put in salt, voila. And in here we've got a big bag of squid that I picked up from Pownall's the other day. That's all we're using. I know G has got some blacks up there, frozen blacks, but I don't think even the fish G's caught has been on the blacks. I think everything he's caught has been on fish baits as well. Definitely tell the tide is coming in. Whereas was casting earlier and the lines are straight, the lines are now slightly pulling to the right a little bit. So it's not enough to knock it off the bottom. When we was fishing last week, we couldn't even hold bottom. I had 6 ounce weights out there, and the 6 ounce weights were still just knocking around. So yeah, we're not like losing too much bottom on them. Kyle is reeling in. Not sure if he's going to put anything out or whether he's just checking his bait. Gorgeous day. I've said it a few times now, but absolute gorgeous day. There's a woman running down there trying to get her dog back. We've had that a lot on this beach this morning. We've had a lot of dog walkers, and there's so many dogs that aren't on leads, and when their owners call them, the dogs just don't answer. They just don't reply. The dogs are just in a world of their own. We've had about 4 dogs run over to Cole trying to like nick bits of squid and bits of bait and all the rest of it. The woman's like a mile away. She's like, oh, Betsy, Betsy, come here, Betsy. Betsy ain't going nowhere near you, love. Betsy's bloody ignoring you. Right, we've got some more fishermen coming down now. There's a guy there and his missus. He looks professional though, he does. You can just kind of tell. You know when you get the angler turn up and he's got a fishing rod and the Sainsbury's carrier bag, and then you get the anglers turn up that have got all the gear. But has he got the idea? We'll keep an eye on him. He's probably going to go to the next bit up to where I was. We've got another dog down here now with me. Yeah, mate, you on YouTube? You on YouTube, mate? Look, and he's got another mate coming down with him. Bloody hell. Dogs galore down here today. Well, I've just found out that white dog is called Molly. Because if that woman had shouted Molly one more time at that dog, literally, the last time, Molly, 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 Molly. Molly's not listening to you, love. Molly's paying no interest in you whatsoever. All Molly was doing was sniff around my bait and I shooed him off a few times. Running in the water, right like where my lines are going down in the water. The dog's running out there, jumping around and swimming. I mean, if he gets tangled up in the fishing line, it's just... Now they're up running around G, look. Molly, Molly, Molly. Molly! Molly's just not answering you. Either call your dog by a different name or keep your dog on a lead. But Molly don't want to know. Right hand side, I think we're on. I don't think it's anything too big, but it's definitely having a bit of a murmur. G's just pulled in a dab, but I think he's got caught up on Kyle's line. Like I say, those lines are really sort of pulling to the right now as that tide's coming in. So I think where G was cast out for a little while, when his line's gone to the right and Kyle's cast straight, I think they've slightly crossed lines out there. But hang on, G's shouting something out. Let's go and have a look. Well, I was saying that G pulled the dab out. It was Kyle that pulled the dab out. That was Kyle. It was just that G's line was caught around it. G was trying to claim it.
G's in front of me.
G was trying to claim it, but it was Kyle's fish. So it's just gone 11 o'clock. I haven't spoken to the boys yet, but I'm guessing we're going to be fishing up to about 1:30. Now I've had a few fish out, I'm kind of tempted to take the 2-hook flapper off and put a pulley pennel on there. Get a whole squid bait on, and obviously with a pulley pennel you can give it a fair bit of distance. Try and get it out there, see if there's a nice ray or something out there, and then keep the 3 hook flapper on the left just for the whiting, dabs, poutings, things like that, blah blah blah. But that's what I might do. Next time I reel in, I might take the 2 hook flapper off, and I might whack a pulley pennel on there, the whole squid bait. If I was blanking all day, I'd stick to the flappers, do you know what I mean? Because you just scratch around. At least if you get something little out, it's better than nothing. But when you're getting a few fish out, I've had a few fish out now, so I'm not really too bothered. So yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't know. Decisions. What a hard life this is. What a hard life fishing is. Trying to make your mind up whether to keep a flapper rig out there or put a pulley pennel out. Right, we've done it, we've changed it up. So we've kept the 3 hook flapper on the left, squid, mackerel, bit of squid down the bottom. Right hand side, we've got a pulley, a pennel on there, and we have whacked a whole squid on there. So pulley pennel, I'm going to try and get a bit of distance on that as well, see if we can whack that out there. Right, so giving a pulley pennel a little bit of a thump, so hopefully got a little bit of distance on there. You're always going to get further on a pulley pennel than a 2 hook flapper or 3 hook flapper. Obviously pulley pennel is more streamlined. You can give it a bit more oomph because the bait is all nicely on there, it's all bait elastic on, you know you're not going to have any bait flinging off. So yeah, let's see what that could do, see if we get something decent out on that. Tide's starting to come in a little bit now as well. We were saying to Carl a while ago, it seemed really slow. It was really coming up, but it suddenly started to really sort of force its way in. What is the time now? It's 11:30 now. So yeah, tide's well coming in. Right, fingers crossed, whole squid, pulley pennel, we'll get ourselves a nice ray or something come out on that. Oh, that'd be lovely. Lovely. Well, G and Carl are walking off. They said they need to go to the toilet, and there's too many people on the beach to risk it, so they said, oh no, the only place we can go for a toilet is in the pub, which is literally there. So I don't know if they are actually going to the toilet or whether they're going up there to have a quick drink. Wouldn't surprise me. G's going to have a quick JD and Coke. We'll find out, we'll see how long they are. It only takes a couple of minutes to have a wee, do you know what I mean? We'll see how long they're gone for. Just coming up to 11:45. I've just moved a bit of my gear back. I was there, I've moved it there. Getting a few waves coming up now. Not too far off the tripod. So I've been moving that back in a little bit. The boys are back. They're only gone 5 minutes, so I think they literally did go and use the toilet. I don't think they were gone long enough to have a drink. Well, you never know. G's up there laughing. But I don't think they've had a drink. I think he's just winding up. Oh, but it's gone quiet all of a sudden again. It done it earlier. We had like a few fish out, then it went really quiet, and then we was bombarded by fish. Now it's going for a little quiet phase again. Matey's set up over there. That's the guy that come down that had all the trolley. Him and his missus both fishing. They got 2 tripods set up. I think they've got 4 rods going out. He's got the beach shelter going up as well. So he's come down for a good afternoon's bit of fishing. Yeah, that's gone a little bit quiet. Like I say, coming up to 11:45. Like I say, I don't know, we're going to fish till 1, half 1, something like that. So we've still got another hour and a half or so left. I just want to get something decent out on that pulley pennel whole squid. I just want a nice ray or something, and that would be absolutely a tip top. Nope, I will take that back. They didn't have a pint in the pub. They brought the pub to the beach. What you got, Carl? What's G got? Bought the bud?
Bought the bud.
What the price is like up there?
450.
450. Ain't great Yarmouth, is it?
The cheapest pint I've had is in Ripley.
Wow.
£2.10 for a pint of Stella.
I was saying, did they go to the toilet or did they have a pint? But I said they brought the pub to the beach.
Yeah, we bought the pub. She said, do you want to bring a glass? But I was like, no, bottle.
Yeah, take the ball. Oh, look at that, look.
Like, living the dream.
We're on holiday, aren't we? We're on holiday. Are we? We're always on holiday. Well, I say we're always on holiday. We work bloody hard, I tell you. 60-hour weeks I do. mostly night shifts as well. I work hard. Work hard, play hard. That is the secret to a happy life. I was just saying it's gone really quiet. Kyle just pulled in a dab and I have just pulled in a little dab. Tiny. And I can say that after what I pulled out earlier because he was a nice one. Mac was still on there, bait's gone off the bottom. Right, we'll get him off and we'll get him back in. Well, left hand side is having a little knock. But I've got a feeling it's going to be a whiting. Because it's not knocking enough to be a big fish. But it is quivering a little bit. And when those whiting take the bait, they now thrash around in the water a little bit. And I think that'll be the first whiting I've had out today. I think everything I've had out so far has been dabs. I don't think I've had a whiting out. I think they've all been dabs. If it goes again, we'll reel it in and we'll have a little check. Same as usual, put the camera on the rod don't move. Take the camera off the rod and the rod moves. Same old story. Yeah, that is quivering a little bit. Right, let's have a little look. I think we got a little whiting. That's my guess. I said it seemed like a whiting knock, and it was. Little whiting, only a little thing, but I'll tell you what, they not make the rod go when they take it. They really have a thrash around in the water. Right, we'll get him off and we'll get him back in. Well, Carl was shouting. He pulled out a whiting.
Yeah, I'd have put a penalty.
Hey, he took the, yeah? He's a bit bigger than what I just had out. I just had a whiting out, he was much smaller than that.
Yeah, G had one earlier about the size of his little finger.
That's the one, wasn't it? And he went for the penalty, he went for the 2 hooks. So, yeah, that's a little bit bigger than the whiting I just had out. But at least that whiting made a change in the dabs. I don't know, how many dabs have I had out? 6, 7, 8? I couldn't tell you. But yeah, whiting makes a change. Shame he was only a little one. But yeah, he weren't too bad a size. So the fish are still about, they're still out there. What's the time now? What are we saying? It's 25 past 12. What time did we start fishing? 8:30-ish? 8:45? 9:45? So we've been fishing nearly 4 hours. Been a good day though, I've really enjoyed it today. Like we've all been catching, none of us have blanked. We've all been putting fish out, so smiles all round. There we go, another little whiting, only a little pin whiting, no size to him. Well, he's taking the hook in a little bit. That's alright, I'll get to the scourges, we'll get him off. Right, let's get him back in, but that's 2 whiting today then. So, just had a meeting with the boys. It is 20 to 1. I'll just put fresh bait on these and cast them out. I think this is going to be our last cast of the day. I think we're going to pack down, so it'll be about 1 o'clock-ish. Pack down, get all the stuff back up to the car, and then, you ain't going to believe this, but I need the toilet. I need to go for a wee. So the only thing we can do is go in the pub, the Jolly Sailors. If it could be helped, I'll help, but Joe, it just can't be helped. I really need to go to the toilet really badly, but I really need. So we've got no choice, it's out of our hands. We have to go in the pub to use the toilet. And I don't think pubs like you using their toilets without buying a drink. So unfortunately, I believe we will have to buy a pint in there. So that is the plan. And then we'll be leaving here, I don't know, 2 o'clock-ish. So at least we get back to Yarmouth before the school traffic. We've got to get through Lowestoft and all that yet to get back. So we're definitely going to be leaving before the school traffic builds up. But like I say, this is the last cast. So we will see what happens. I've pulled many a fish out on the last cast before. I was just reeling in the pulley pennel rod to start packing it down. and we have foul hooked a whiting. But look at the size of the squid he was going for. He was actually going for that. Look, foul hooked to the side of his gill. Right, let's get him off. We're getting back in. Well, G's just pulled out a whiting, and I think he's a bit of a fat boy. I mean, I'm quite a little way from him, and I see it come out up the shoreline. So to see it from where I was, yeah, I think he's a little bit of a fat boy. Oh, yeah. Look at him. Ooh. Well, I was just walking up to have a look at his fish, and it is worth getting that for, because that is a fat boy whiting, that is. It's worth getting the measurer out. Right, let's get him down on here and see what he is.
He's a 34.
34. He's got a fat body to him, that's for sure.
Is that keeper size?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, 27's keeper. Nice one, G. See, just goes to show. Last cast, you never know what you're going to get out. We were like, oh, it's going a bit slow, and anything we're catching is all pin whiting, tiny little things, blah blah blah, and he just whacked out 34cm whiting, and he's got a fat body to him. Just goes to show, never say never. Well, just reeling in the other rod, and we pulled out another little pin whiting. Nothing like what G just pulled out. Nothing. The one G pulled out probably would have eaten this one. Right, we're getting off, we're getting back in. Right, there we go. It is 1:10. We have just called it. We finished it. I'm all packed up. G's packed up. Cole's just putting the last of his bits together. Rubbish all in there before the bin. All in all, it's been a good day. Really enjoyed it. It's been nice weather, no seaweed, plenty of fish. For me particularly, that 39cm dab definitely saved the day. That was a nice dab. That was nice to get out. G finished it off with a really nice whiting, 34 I believe it was. So he's chuffed with that. Cole's had a few dabs out, a few whiting out. So we've all got a smile on our faces. Right, the only thing left to do now is go to the pub just to use their toilet, nothing else. Not to have a drink, just to use their toilet. Right, awesome day. Thanks for watching the video, guys, and we will see you on the next one.